Guess what it's time for? Guess what it's time for?
Bwana.TV Q&A.
Bwana.TV Q&A.
Bwana.TV 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 Q&A.
Guess what it's time for? Guess what it's time for?
Bwana.TV Q&A.
Bwana.TV Q&A. Bwana.TV Q&A. Bwana.TV Q&A. Bwana.TV Q&A. Bwana.TV Q&A. Bwana.TV Q&A. Bwana.TV Q&A. Bwana.TV Q&A. Bwana.TV Q&A. Bwana.TV Q&A. Bwana.TV Q&A.
Bwana.TV Q&A. Bwana.TV Q&A. Q&A.
Hello, this is Bwana, Bwana.TV. I'm back again, answering questions on live.bwana.tv. It's Friday night, March 20th, my birthday. Yeah, you heard the story. Anyway, this question comes from cctv of the chat room, and he is asking a great question. He says, do you think that the iPhone will be the next new gaming system next to the 360, PS3, or Wii? Great question. And Robbie hit the nail on the head. I was going to go that route. I think it's safe to say that you can compare the iPhone to be the next new mobile gaming system in terms of the PSP and the Nintendo DS and the DSi, Game Boy Advance and all those. Very interesting. Somebody was, I think it was either on Friend Feed or Twitter, somebody was making an argument against the iPhone, iPod Touch too. They were saying, what can the iPhone do that my Nokia 88 blah 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 can't do? And I thought to myself, play Metal Gear Solid. Safe answer, right? The iPhones, this is like a Twitter story, if you will. It's like nobody suspected that the iPhone would be such a strong gaming platform. The iPhone has a ton of games on the iTunes App Store, and these games are selling well. The thing is, they're not only selling well, they're quality games. If you go to my channel on YouTube, you'll notice that I've reviewed a lot of games. I think I've reviewed more games than anything, because they're small, they're puzzle-like, addictive games, and they're great time killers. And people want that. If you're sitting on a bus, if you're in a commute, or if you're in a, oh my goodness, doctor's offices. Best invention ever is a game on the iPhone when you're in a doctor's office waiting to see the doctor. Oh my gosh. It just makes the time go by very, very fast. Now, kids and adults alike, when we were brought up on Game Boy Advances, we were brought up on Sega Game Gears and Nintendo DS's and Sony PSPs. These are the premier mobile platforms right now. The premier, gaming platforms that people take with them. They're very rich games. The iPhone is not quite up to their caliber yet, especially the Nintendo DS. DS is a powerhouse right now. It's selling everywhere. Just about everybody who's into mobile gaming has one. Same with the PSP. It's selling very well. Very rich games. But the iPhone, while it has its great games, it's at a disadvantage. It's not a dedicated gaming platform. Now, what does that mean? That means that you don't have dedicated gaming controls. For instance, on the DS, you have the D-pad and buttons, and you have a stylus. On the PSP, you have the triggers, you have the D-pad, you have the little miniature analog stick, you have the buttons. So there are dedicated buttons for these mobile gaming platforms. They're dedicated systems for it. Whereas the iPhone, you have to use touch controls and the accelerometer, meaning you move it around. So it's a type of gaming, but that presents a limitation to the types of games you can do now. Some people, they've gotten around that. You can tilt the phone to move. You can have virtual analog controls, but it's not quite the same. So, with that said, the iPhone is a mobile computing platform first. Well, let me restate that. The iPhone is a phone first. Then it's a mobile internet platform, not a computing yet, because you can't save and do files and stuff like that. It's a mobile internet platform, and after that, it is a gaming platform. Gaming was kind of an afterthought, but wait, there's more. Come June, expect, the rumors are coinciding with this, expect a new revision of the iPhone, which has a powerful graphical processor, enough to power games like you see on the PSP and like you see on the Nintendo DS. Also expect support. Now, this was kind of mentioned at the iPhone 3.0 conference. Expect support for external controllers. Expect some sort of a device, because remember they said the iPhone API now allows the iPhone to communicate to hardware devices. You can put an external controller on it. Apple may even sell it. They're going to come out with some sort of a controller device with an A/B button, and they're going to come out with a D-pad that you can probably just slide your iPhone in and play games that way. I'm calling this. That's going to happen in June. And when it does, yeah, Kovacs expect the $800 price tag. Yeah, they can charge whatever they want. But it's going to be cool. It's going to be very, very cool to do this. I don't see any reason why they can't do that. Now that the iPhone API allows you to send in specific instructions to hardware devices, that's all you need to create an external controller harness for the iPhone. That's going to propel the iPhone up there. And I think a lot of gaming developer companies see this. Like EA and Sega and who else? A lot of these prominent game developers are talking about focusing on the iPhone platform due to and just due to the ease of use and how much people are buying. But get this as well. Remember on the iPhone 3.0 announcement, they announced microtransactions. When they announce microtransactions, gaming CEOs and execs, they start throttling at the mouth. They start sneezing dollar bills because that is money. I mean, come on, you buy a game on the iPhone, and within the game you can buy a new level, you can buy a new costume, you can buy a new color. Those little microtransactions add up, and they're gonna eat that up. I'm telling you, those execs are going to go nuts. So, great question, CCTP. I really do believe that the iPhone is a serious contender right now, but it's not quite up to par to where it can overtake the other ones. But come this summer, when somebody develops, I'm telling you, somebody's going to do it. When somebody develops that control scheme to where developers can develop any game on the iPhone due to an increased processor power, increased GPU, hopefully better battery life. And if they were smart, they would put a battery pack on the controller as well to give you some juice. Man, it's going to be great. So hopefully I answer your question, and maybe we'll see Street Fighter 4 on the iPhone. Hadouken. Thanks, CCTP, and I appreciate the question.